Hi.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes, I said good morning, but it's not morning there, is it?
No, and then we changed our clock. So I thought it was 1:30. It's actually 2:30. I mean, it's actually, 2:30.
Yeah, right. So you guys have daylight savings too.
I know, but I think we're voting to stop it. I mean, to keep it daylight savings, I think.
Queensland up north doesn't have daylight savings at all.
Yeah, some of our states don't have it either. It's a pain in the butt. It's just like messes your whole this going less sleep this doesn't bug me. Going the other way, I get I'm so tired. Like, I don't know. I gained an hour, but that was for some reason a lot of work. I don't know why.
Thanks again for doing another interview. I am absolutely recording. Actually, it did record. It's just the Zoom file just wouldn't allow me to download it for some reason. But anyway, I sent new questions. There's just a few more with your suggestions. Thank you. Which is exciting. So just like normal, we'll do a little brief introduction from you about yourself. And then after the show, I'll record a proper bio because I know that we have yours on our file. And that's about it. Do you have any questions?
No, I think that's it. So I open up with, you have my picture, but you have everything, right? I think you have everything.
Last time, yeah. Unless you have you want to share with us.
No.
Cool.
Well, maybe on my bio, because I started a new membership. So
yeah, all right. After this, maybe just send us your new bio. And remember at the end, I'll ask you if there's anything else you want to share, if there's any other ways that we can help you. If you have anything that you'd love to offer or share, or your socials, whatever it is, go for gold.
Okay. And I think you have my downloadable of creating a vision. I think I think you have that.
Creating a vision.
Okay, cool.
Hey,
all right, let's do this.
And remember, I'm going to throw you 3 curveballs.
I'm ready after.
All right. Let's just hit the record on this. Check. There. There. All right. Beautiful. Let's get rid of that. Amy, come back.
Am I here?
One sec. Aim that. And that's it. I'm writing those 3 questions so I don't forget. All right. Here we go. Welcome to the show, Amy. Amy, I'm going to throw the microphone over to you. Could you please let our audience know a little bit about you, who you are, and your place in this beautiful world?
Hi, yes. Thank you for having me, Helen. Everyone out there, I'm happy that we're having this time together. I'm Amy Shade. I am a women's empowerment coach who reconnects you with your passions. We work on clearing out those old stories that are keeping you stuck so that you can live an unstoppable life. I'm also the creator of the Radical Embodiment Method, which is my signature 4-step process of reflect, release, re-envision, and radical embodiment, which combines coaching, it combines meditation and movement, dance, should we say. And it is really a process that I found really filled the gap for many women who were having a hard time finishing what they started, clearing out enough space in their mind to create certainty and to really allow them a space to reflect on who they are, what they truly desire, and then create a vision for them.
I love that. You're serving so many people in such a beautiful way. I would love to dive straight in, Amy, and ask you about visions. What what is a vision? What is a vision, and why is it important to even have one?
Yes. So I want to say up front, a vision is not a goal.
Uh-huh.
So a goal is something we write down that we truly desire.
Mm-hmm.
A vision is a journey into becoming what we desire,
Yeah.
not to necessarily get what we desire.
Mm-hmm.
So a vision is really about you, like in my work that I do, because I am a personal empowerment, women's empowerment coach. The responsibility is on you to create the life that you desire because everyone's different. So a vision allows you to do that. It allows you to really decide what's important to you. So we go into values with vision. We don't go into the goal and completing something. We really go into what values do you need to bring this vision to fruition. So we work from the inside out. We don't work from the head for the vision. The vision is the inside job. That means, like in my own life, I created the vision for my business, right? Before that, I was too afraid to even think of something bigger. I couldn't I couldn't write down a goal. To me, I was like, well, I don't even know that. I was so disconnected to this goal that how was I even going to get there? But once we create a vision and the vision for my business, what it takes for me to get here are
Mm.
my values that I use to get what I want in my business. So that's really the difference between a goal and a vision. A goal is like something that you desire, like an outcome. A vision is who do you get to become to reach that goal or that vision.
Why do you believe it's important to have one in the first place?
Yeah. So oftentimes we wonder why we don't complete what we start. Oftentimes we write down a goal and like, well, why can't we ever finish it? Like whether it's like start a business, do a webinar, get in a relationship, lose 20 pounds, whatever it is. Why can't we ever complete it? That's the question.
Mm. This is like a surefire way to make sure that you can manifest the life of your dreams. How does one become a decisive visionary, Amy, like to create the life that they really love?
Yes. So first and foremost, as I said, it's the vision is about you.
Mm-hmm.
So, and sometimes we're in this cookie cutter world, and even the cookie cutter world of coaching. Like
Yeah.
you go into this program, you're in the program, you do these things, and we wonder why we drop out of the program or we can't finish it because it's not aligned with our values at that time. It's like something inside of us is not being lived out. We have not decided, first and foremost, what does it take to complete that?
Mm.
Right. So for me to complete my business and get what I want, I have to know, okay, I need curiosity. I need resilience. I need peace. I need really this idea of fun.
Mm.
These are the values that I need to carry me to my vision. So if that I'm in something that goes against those values, I will not complete it. I know myself. Once it gets to like, this is not fun anymore, I'm like, I gotta go. I'm out of here. Once like my curiosity is like squashed, I'm like, this is not for me. So this is where we get to be decisive, like decisive about what values it takes to get what you want.
Mm.
And then we have to live those values.
Yeah.
I cannot live out of my integrity of my values and get what I want. So taking responsibility is super important, because when you take responsibility as like, I'm going to use this value of being curious or being resilient, right? And if I'm negative and not asking questions, I'm out of my integrity, and it only hurts me. And I wonder why I'm not excited to get up and do it again.
Yeah. As a coach as well, when I speak to clients about values, I'm like, think of a really long path. And that path, when you're walking in alignment with your values, is great. It's just sometimes you can veer off that path. And that's when you can start to feel stuck or demotivated, uninspired. And we need to take responsibility, as you said, to get back on that path, realign with the values. And as you're saying, that's what we need to ultimately reach our vision. I love that. Oh, Amy, it's time for
Yeah.
your first curveball. Are you ready to
Oh my
play?
goodness. We're on a timer. Yeah.
Amy, what is something people do not know about you, or something new that is coming up in your life?
Wow. Oh, can I do the okay? Can I do the cat one again?
Yes. Yes, totally.
Because I have my cat Cecil, who came to me during COVID and actually stalked me for a couple years before that. And I do believe that is my fiance reincarnated.
That's a
That,
very spiritual. Yeah, I
I
agree.
mean, the way that he loves me and just accept, like from the very moment that we connected, I'm like, oh my God, but this is probably Frank reincarnated. I swear.
Wow, I love that. That's so beautiful. For those of you listening, we did record a previous podcast and somehow I lost the recording. So here we are again.
Yes, but I have to bring Cecil into the conversation because I'm out doing something. I'm like, I miss Cecil. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's true love. I
True
love that.
love.
Amy, have you ever had a vision that didn't work out? And how can you tell the listeners, how did you navigate through that?
Yeah, so I will have to say that I don't think the idea for me is for a vision to work out.
Okay.
I think me being in my best self and going through what I need to go through is how I complete things. Um, I mean, things don't work out all the time for me, but it has nothing to do with my core values and who I am and what I want for my life. Because, as I say, it's no longer about the goals, it's about who you're being, even when things are not working out.
Who are you being?
Am I being resilient? Am I being resilient when things don't work out? That's more important than things not working out.
I love that. It's such a pivotal thing to really understand your values. It sounds like your vision is so connected to your value system that that part must be worked on and worked through first to ensure that you are in alignment with that. Because the amount of people that I come across, even Amy, that have no idea what their core values are is astounding. So then how can you know who you're going to become when you can't connect with that?
Exactly. And it's an epidemic with women who think the outside things are going to complete them. Outside things are going to help them figure it out. Outside things are going to help resolve something. And it's never outside. It's always inside. Because once we are really embodying who we are and our values, whatever happens outside, we don't take it personally. We just know, oh, this is what happens sometimes.
I love
Because,
that.
yeah. because we're not here to be perfect on this world, and what happens outside of us we cannot control, even though on some level we believe we can. And we can't. And the more that we go inside versus outside is the more we get clear on what we want and our values and what's important to us and no one else.
This is perfect timing because it's time for your second curveball. Amy, are you ready to play?
I'm ready to play. I'm always ready to play.
What is your favorite form of self-care?
Self-care. Let's see. What is my favorite form of, you know what I like to do is I like to go to the Korean spas. Did I tell you that last time too?
No.
I love the Korean spas. I used to go every week after I would teach, because I teach dance downtown. So I'd go directly to the Korean spa, do a soak, get in the infrared rooms. So that's my big, and I love massages. Like, that's like my favorite is the massage and the Korean spa. And if you haven't had a Korean scrub, I would recommend it, you know.
Oh, wow. It's been a long time since I have. So thanks for inspiring me on that. I would love to pick your brain a little bit more and ask you, what would you say, Amy, is the number one secret that you must do to become the visionary of your life?
So the number one secret to become the visionary of your life is you must participate. Participation is required. Now, there's two forms of participation. So let me ask you, Helen, when you wake up in the morning, do you wake up body first or do you wake up mind first?
That is such an interesting question. Mine has to be. That's such an interesting question. I was about to say mind first, but then I think, hold on, is it my body that wakes up first? Must be my mind.
Mind first. Yeah. I wake up body first. So let me talk about that a little bit, what I mean by participation. So many women, many people wake up mind first, right? And they have thoughts, they have ideas, they have like criticisms, they have whatever is going on in this space, right? So they might wake up, like you might wake up like, oh, I want to get this webinar together. Like it's really, you know, I want to do that. But then your body might be like, no, I don't think today's the day. Or many of us are body first. And when we are in that pain body, like the moment I wake up, open my eyes, I'm like, well, what does my body feel like? That's my first go-to. Wow. And because that could rule my whole day. If I'm scared, if I'm full of anxiety, am I at peace? Like, what's my body doing? Right. And many of us who've gone through trauma and have gone through many experiences, we are in our pain body. So our body is in this pain state. Our mind wants our bodies, so we can't even access our mind. So participation is required. It means your mind and your body must be in alignment as you move forward.
That's why something like meditation and yoga is really valuable, right?
Yeah. And that's why I created the radical embodiment method, because it takes your mind and your thoughts and your ideas and your definitions of things. And then where is it lacking? And then we get the body involved with the meditation and the re-envisioning, because the re-envisioning is really through our body, because our values live in our body. Right? So this is that step. So oftentimes we try to move forward with our mind and our body is not coming along with us. And we forget that we must connect the mind and body to live a present life. And many of us sit back and watch we observe. But it is only until we raise our hand and physically, in a physical manner with our body, that we are in complete participation. And when we connect these two, the mind and the body, you are more likely to move forward in your life, because your body is like, for me, happiness lives in my body, right? Curiosity lives in my body. I'm like, right? So if we don't embody our values, we don't embody our values, it's really hard to get your vision complete, because your mind and your body are not aligned. They are not in communication.
Such a great mindful practice for those of you listening, to wake up and to just ask your body what's going on today. I love that concept. That's a brilliant idea, especially if you feel that you're not connected to your body.
Yeah. So if you have a hard time finishing what you start, follow through, even the motivation, it's either your mind stopping you or your body stopping you. And it's until we really come into congruence with those two things, like that, we actually live a present embodied life. And until we live a present embodied life, it is very difficult to have that vision.
So people listening might be like, I want a vision. How do I even start getting a vision? What am I supposed to do? So how could you tell the listeners to design an unstoppable vision?
Mm-hmm. So, and this will be my downloadable for them too. It's how to design 3 ways on how to design an unstoppable vision.
Beautiful. There you go, guys. You get a free download.
There you go. Because we are in so many different places in our life, and everything I do is not cookie cutter. So I take into consideration that we are all in different stages of our life, in trauma, in healing, whatever that is. So the 3 ways to design an unstoppable vision is, 1, like a big umbrella vision. That is when you are having a hard time just getting through the day, right? And many of us have been there. You know, overwhelm is part of your day. You can't push too far because you're going to just shut down. I mean, so that's the big umbrella vision. And I created that when, like, I was involved with my fiance, and he had 2 kids, ex-wife and a crazy ex-girlfriend. And I walked into this situation and I was like, this is a lot to handle. This is too much for me, and I don't want to take it on. So I just created a big umbrella vision of peace. So that was the one value I took to embody and to live out my whole day with just peace. Peace does not mean that you win every war, right? Or sometimes you don't win at all, but you're peaceful. Yeah. You're like, I'm at peace. It's done. So that is a big umbrella vision where things are really overwhelming, and you just can focus on one value for that day to really live as long as possible through your day. This is a practice. Everything I do is a practice. The second way is to create that big detailed vision about what you want. And this is scary for many women. So when a coach asks me, like, what's your vision for your business? I think I'm okay, with just like 10 clients. I think that'll be all right. Not too much money, I'm fine. Right. No one asks us to go big, right? And it's scary for us women to desire more, to think that we deserve more. Mm-hmm. And she's like, no, tell me your big vision. And I was like, okay. So I created this outline of what I desired. That's the big vision. It's like an outline, but it's really important for you to figure out what values you need to get that. Because the values that I need to get my business might be different than the values I need to get a relationship or to have a friendship or to, so really hone in on what values you actually need to get to that point.
Got it.
And then the third one, sorry,
Okay.
is the embodied one. So who do you get to be? So that's really that. So you can on a daily basis, and I used to do this going on a date. I would warrior up with these values before I went out there on this date. And I chose those values for that one situation. You can use it for going to a family dinner. You can do it for a business meeting. You can do it before you go on a date, right? So that's the third way to do a vision.
Sounds so amazing to have a different set of value system for each different scenario. So, like you said, having values that align with your vision and to make sure that you are living those values. Otherwise, it sounds like that's when things can become unstuck.
Yeah, because your values can't be in your head. They have to be in your body. Like they have to live here, because your head will try to talk you out of stuff.
Yeah. And it's like asking yourself, what do I need to do now to be in alignment with my values, to walk towards my vision today? So beautiful. Amy, it's time for your last curveball. Are you ready to play?
Yeah.
When was your last random act of kindness?
Let's see. Random act of kindness.
Big or small?
Big or small. Let's see. It seems like my last random act of kindness was trying to think. Well, I think it was really helping a friend of mine in need who at that time needed support. And kindness to me is just so easy to give when you just call up a friend and just say, hey, how are you doing?
Offering the time.
And then no more talking. Let them talk.
Yeah. Beautiful. Sounds like you're such a supportive friend that makes time. I love that. Amy, before you go, I'd love to ask you, what should people do when they get off course with their vision? And is there a way to constantly be in flow consistently with your vision?
Yeah. So when you are out of your integrity, you're in pain. So, awareness is key on anything. So when I'm out of integrity of my values, I feel guilt, I feel shame, I feel pain, right? And even if it's like, I can't even tell like a little white lie anymore. I'm like, oh no, that's just like it disturbs myself, like inner self. It's a disruption. So when you're realizing these disruptions in your life, that means you're off course from your vision. And it's going against your values. And when anything goes against your values, it's just not going to work. Like at some point, I talk about radical acceptance also in my coaching. That's just the truth. I mean, I can't change it anymore. When I'm out of alignment, I'm in pain. I got to get back in alignment, whatever that looks like. And I will tell you, the more that you are in, when I talk about energy, it's like I don't know what people think, but it feels like oftentimes people think the universe is going to come down and grab you and pick you up. And I would say that's not really how the universe works. Like when you embody your values, you're actually raising your vibration so that you can meet the universe's energy. And then they can support you in what you do, whether it be God, Mother God, the universe, whatever it is. But it's our responsibility, I believe, to show up for this world. It's our responsibility to figure things out so that we're showing up. And when we show up, things change. They do not change from this position of waiting. I'm just going to wait till things align. It's not the right time. Right? The universe is like, well, I guess it's not the right time. Because the universe hears us Right? So they're just like, I guess it's not the right time for her. Okay. Because we have to show up first and say, this is what we truly desire. This is the right time. I am ready. And the universe will support us.
Yeah, and it just starts with a little bit of progress. The universe is always listening and watching your thoughts, your actions. So if you start moving forward to wherever it is that you want to go, the universe will actually help support you if you just tune in a little bit. Thank you so much, Amy, for all of your wisdom today and for sharing so openly and for giving us your time. Before we go, I'd love for you to mention your event, because Amy and I met from one of Amy's beautiful events. And I'd love for you to quickly speak about that and share anything else that is coming up for you or any way that we can help serve you.
Thank you. So so we met from the Life After Divorce Summit, which I put together, and we are relaunching it next week.
She's a powerhouse. She designed this huge summit with 20 speakers.
20 speakers who, my vision for that is to make it a transformational journey for a woman, so that when you're going through a divorce, you can find experts in whatever time you are in your life. Some of us are healing from trauma. Some of us are getting ready to date. Some of us are like, we have some extra money. What are we going to do with it? How do we invest it? So my vision is always about the transformation of a woman. Like, it's not like everyone tries to make me do like a niche, and I'm like, women are so multifaceted. Okay.
You are the visionary because you had this vision, you created it, and now I understand how you did it and constantly stayed in flow. And it's so beautiful that you're the perfect example for creating an unstoppable vision and making it happen.
It all starts with us.
Is there anything else that you'd love to share?
Yes. So as I mentioned before, there is the downloadable for the vision for you to create your unstoppable vision. Yeah, I'm also launching a membership site for the Radical Embodiment Method, which we will meditate, journal, coach. There's coaching, and there's movement and dance, and that's all done online. So all of your audience can all around the world can participate. So I'll have that in there too.
Thank you. It sounds so beautiful. I will definitely put the links in the show notes for everything that Amy has mentioned today. And if you'd love to connect with her, I'll also put her social links and ways to contact her on the show notes as well. Amy, I love you. I love everything that you're about. Thank you once again.
All right. Well, thank you, Helen, and everyone out there. Have a beautiful day.
See you later.